Sirs, know ye not this place be perilous? For at this time of year, near Hallows Eve, yon veil betwixt the realms grows thin and frail, and spirits grow both powerful and bold. So linger not, else Hagatha Eldridge, a witch most vile, shall soon your lives destroy.
Enter, if you dare, to Captain Lazarus's Haunted Harbor, where there's a scare around every corner. Established in 2016 and located at the Cape Cod Community Media Center, the Haunted Harbor guides you through a maze of 13 rooms, each one themed differently, with an array of actors that revolves each night, waiting to cause you some fright.
All right, the Haunted Harbor is a maze of 13 rooms in which we take different things based on the Cape. So we have, clowns that have escaped from the Barnstable County Fair. We have a mutant crab from Plymouth, Terabus, near the nuclear plant. And we have ghost pirates from the ship Witta. Different kinds of things that happen down here on the Cape. We moved them all into one area, we call it the harbor. And then what happens is we have a host who's Captain Lazarus, and he was cursed by a witch, and he, in October, he treads the path between the spirit world and the real world, and he tries to protect people from the creatures that want to come into this world.
As one of Cape Cod's only Halloween-themed attractions, people won't have to travel far to enjoy a haunted experience. The proceeds go towards scholarships for kids interested in pursuing the arts.
Well, at Halloween time, people like to go out and be scared. Everybody has always liked to be scared, all right? And what happens is that one by one, the things are starting to disappear here on the Cape. Because first of all, everybody knows how much work there it is. So there's really no place on the Cape except us to come to a haunted maze for Halloween. Well, the Haunted Harbor started because I wanted to do a Halloween-themed event to raise money for scholarships that we can give away here at the station, at the Cape Media, and for kids who wanted to go into the arts and do things in the arts. When I was at Barnstable High School for 35 years, I started the first haunted house on Cape Cod, and that was back in 1978, I think it was. It became very successful. It helped the drama club, that was usually always in debt, not be in debt anymore because it raised enough money. But we found out it was a fun thing. Kids who weren't actors decided they wanted to be part of it because it's just jumping out and screaming at people. Anybody could do that. And so they were, enamored with it. Another gentleman took over my job and did the Barnstable High School Haunted House for 2 years. Another guy took it over. They decided that, they didn't want to do the work, and so it closed, it's gone. So I opened one here at the studio because we have a 10,000 square foot warehouse in the back. So this is our 4th year now, and we've been fairly successful with it and raising money for scholarships.
The Haunted Harbor is brought to life through the talent of local designers and actors.
But I leaned on people. I leaned on Richard Archer, who's a local magician, the amazing Richard. And he does a trick where it's an empty box, and all of a sudden this murderous clown comes out of this box. So he designed that magic trick for us, and he built it. The haunted house theme is written by Sean Hagen, who was a student of mine. And then I had even Siobhan Magnus, who was American Idol. She came back one year and was the fortune teller. And I got 2 of the costume people from my old days at Barnstable High School. They've come back and they've helped me. My original mask maker in the early 80s, Richard Sullivan, came up with a whole mess of new molds. So we pour our own molds so that when you come through, the masks that you see are ours original. So we tried to put on something that you're not going to see anyplace else.
Impure! Heathens! You must be destroyed!
The walking tour may be too intense for younger children. For show dates or ways to become involved as a volunteer, visit Captain Lazarus's Haunted Harbor on Facebook. In Dennisport, for Cape Media News, I'm Emily Tulloch.